My PhD study is called INSTEP, Insoles to Ease Plantar Pressure. It's for people with diabetes at risk of foot problems. There's a massive epidemic within the both locally, nationally and across the world where people with diabetes are getting foot ulceration, which then leads on to amputations. What people don't realise is that through the loss of feeling as a result of diabetes, the feet changes shape and they get high pressures underneath the feet. So therefore we've designed a simple algorithm to try and put insoles in to stop the ulceration in the first place. We're using smart insoles and sensors to actually measure the foot pressures, and then we can validate that we have reduced those pressures over time. We can use this system not just for people with diabetes, for any other patients as well. So it's a system that we can utilise to its fullest energies once we understand its potential. But I've always had a thirst for knowledge. I don't understand why things work for some people and not for others. So I was really fortunate to get involved with a clinical academic school down in Plymouth who introduced me to some of the routes that you could get to undertake further study and clinical research. The Clinical Schools Initiative is essential to anybody going into clinical academic research. Being a clinician, it can be really scary when you don't know that first step to take outside of clinical practice. The resources are there, and sometimes you just need that help to get on that first step.
The Clinical School is an initiative we've got in the Southwest to link academia with clinical practice and help those clinicians to develop research skills and to move their practice forward. And we really need research happening in clinical practice so that we research the stuff that matters, the stuff that the clinicians on the front line know is a problem. For the long term, that means better care for patients, which is what we're all about.
What we try to achieve with the clinical schools is actually bring the academia into the hospitals and work with NHS staff, so staff in the hospital, in improving actually the care, basically the care of our patients. Clinical schools are transformed into an academic hub, which is manned and by professors from the university. So it brings actually the academia into the very heart of the clinical work of our healthcare professions.
So I've developed a wider knowledge base for my patients. It's made me go out and research in other areas that I probably wouldn't have even looked into. What I also find is I now drive my team around me to improve their care because we question it together, and so therefore I influence people around me, and that's one thing that I've really valued undertaking this sort of direction. The clinical academic route gives me other options where I can then carry on improving care and challenging what we do in a positive way, but keeping me hands-on as well. I think other clinicians should consider academic research because it's how we improve. If we stay still, we just go backwards. So therefore it's our responsibility to keep moving forward.